has surpassed 500. According to Health Ministry data released yesterday, the number of confirmed cases has reached 1,561, including 506 deaths. It's understood 253 people have recovered, while 628 confirmed patients are currently in isolation or in hospital. The ministry says the outbreak has so far affected 36 health zones in the provinces of Ituri, North Kivu and South Kivu since it was declared on the 15th of May. A fine Tuesday in store for Gauteng tomorrow. Temperatures will drop to overnight lows of between 1 and 6 degrees and peak at highs of between 20 and 21 degrees. Noluthando Ngeno, Eyewitness News.
EWN, in touch, in tune and independent. For the latest, visit ewn.co.za or download the EWN app.
Comfort ends where Marawa Sports Worldwide begins.
Reaction Monday.
My Reaction Monday.
My Reaction Monday.
It's Monday today. It's Reaction Monday.
If it's shaking sport, we are already on it.
Holland! Oh, wonderful! He has nailed it for Norway! Their greatest day! Their mightiest hero! And Brazil are broken!
Have you ever seen a striker quite like this before? I can't think of anybody that can go through large parts of a game, hardly having a kick, being a bystander, and then he steps forward to win the match. I mean, he puts this away like it's a casual strike in training. Oh, what a challenge here, and the referee has pointed to the spot. The 10 men of England have a penalty. It's England's King Kane who strikes again for the Three Lions, and that will surely seal the deal now.
Hashtag MSW.
I'll just say the legendary Michael Owen, good to see you. Welcome. Whether we like it or not, until they announce their retirement, there's always going to be a Messi and a Ronaldo conversation. How do we take the objective route, though, to say, guys, listen, respect these two players. This is what they can deliver, and this is who defines as the best.
Well, one thing we have seen in this competition is all the big names performing. Ronaldo again, Messi, as you say, Mbappe, Harry Kane, the list goes on. Haaland is doing great in his first World Cup. Now, you know, Messi, Ronaldo, they're coming to the end of their careers. The baton's going to be handed, if it's not already been handed over. I mean, I personally think at this stage now, who's the most lethal, dangerous player in the world? I would have Mbappe in my team ahead of anybody else.
Oh, sweet, sweet! Mbappe is so sweet! This football is from the heavens.
So the baton in many ways has been passed.
Do you love rugby? Do you follow rugby? Do you watch rugby? I know that you love many sporting codes.
You're not about to gloat about South Africa beating us all the time, are you?
And there it is! There it is! South African hands aloft!
I don't know.
Being an ambassador for Hollywood Bets is fantastic because I got to meet so many of those South African legends.
Eben, Makazole Mapimpi.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
What great guys. And it's actually humbling because one or two of them come up to me and say, can I have a photo? I support Liverpool. You were my hero when I was young. And I say, oh my word, I'm watching you lifting World Cups. And, you know, and it's a very strange feeling.
Marawa Sports Worldwide on 947, Vuma FM, Rise FM and Sowetan Live.
A lot of people have described it as the saddest day in football, one of the saddest days in football history. And that's simply because of political interference. We're going to touch base with Henry Winter in just a second. I'm sure you've been following the story. We'll even play you a clip of Donald Trump. He was always going to come up and say, yes, of course, he gave somebody a call at FIFA and he had a conversation with somebody pretty high up in the rankings of FIFA. That, to me, is political interference. That is something that is unheard of. You're not supposed to be a president and then call somebody at FIFA and you tell them, no, that red card, remove it. We need our best player to be playing. So, yeah, if you think I'm joking, listen up. That's still coming here, right here on hashtag MSW. It is Reaction Monday. Marawa Sports Worldwide, proudly brought to you by Hollywood Bets.
Let's go! The moments you remember. The games you can't forget. Marawa Sports Worldwide on 947, Vuma FM and Rise FM. Powered by Hollywood Bets.
Well, this is the World Cup update right here on hashtag MSW, powered by Rexona. It won't let you down.
Robert Marawa. Live from the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Spanning Canada, Mexico, and the United States of America.
All right, let's not waste any time. Let's dive straight into the story here. The FIFA World Cup reaching boiling point. But off the pitch, as I said, controversy is threatening to overshadow the football itself. I mean, England booking their place in the quarterfinals after overcoming Brazil. It was a heavyweight showdown. While FIFA has obviously sparked outrage across the football world with its stunning decision to overturn Folarin Balogun's suspension, raising serious questions about consistency, sporting integrity, as well as political influence at the biggest tournament on the planet. Now, joining us live from Mexico is one of football's most respected voices, football writer and broadcaster Henry Winter. He'll break down England's impressive victory over Brazil, assess Thomas Tuchel's growing influence, and also to unpack the fallout from FIFA's extraordinary Balogun decision that has left players, against coaches and federations, asking whether the rules have changed forever. Henry, thank you. Thank you so much for your time and welcome to the show.
Yeah, pleasure. Thank you so much. My ears are still ringing from the noise in the Azteca last night, and my brain is still scrambled by events around Balogun.
Where do we start? Let's start where your eardrums have been affected. I mean, what a game. Harry Kane tried to do a post-match interview. He had lost his voice, and it is so I'm sure you. But watching it from one of the most historic stadia in world football, what is that experience like? What are the emotions like, Henry?
Do you know what? Everyone's described it as a hostile venue, but it's not hostile like when you go to Galatasaray, the old Ali Sami Yen in Istanbul with their welcome to hell signs. That was hostile. This was just incredibly emotional, patriotic, adrenaline-filled support for the Mexican team. And the England fans were there, as they always are, in their numbers, shirts off, dancing in the rain. There was a thunderstorm. But, we're used to a little bit of rain in England. It doesn't even stop cricket nowadays. So, yeah, it was just a brilliant occasion. And in a way, these two stories that you've been focusing on today are actually interlinked, because what we're seeing on the pitch, and with Bafana, fans mix, fans get on. All the issues around the world, the geopolitics, are almost forgotten when people share, how did you get here, have a sing song, how's your family, how much does it cost to get you out here. All that wonderful interaction on the streets, in the bars, in the stadium, in the stands, has been a celebration of what this great World Cup is about. And then, of course, it's been overshadowed by a very ill-judged decision by Infantino. And you've probably seen his statement that he put out about 5 minutes ago, absolutely doubling down, and said that he's defending the integrity of the sport.
But how does he do that when the integrity of the sport is being dragged down? I mean, Donald Trump himself, mentions, I'm not sure if you heard that, Henry, a couple of minutes ago. We also got word of, or a clip of that. I'll play it a little bit later on in the show. But he does say that he, got in touch with a higher ranking FIFA official. They had a conversation to overturn that red card.
I mean, it's just ridiculous. And Infantino is always lecturing journalists and lecturing national associations and saying there shouldn't be any political interference in sport. But I think in this case, however that phrase was actually put, Donald Trump effectively said, we've got a star player here. Can you almost reprieve him so that he can play? And what's happened? Inevitably, with this can of worms being opened, the French have said, well, hang on a sec, we got a yellow card for Michael Elise. We don't want that. And, can he be reprieved as well? So I think it's a total mess. And to be honest, the only way I can actually see around it is for Pochettino to take a hit for the whole sport and the integrity of the sport and not play Balogun. But Why should he do that? He's got, his best striker 3 goals back, and he wants to play him. So it's going to be interesting to see how it pans out with the Belgians later on today in Seattle.
I mean, it sounds almost, Henry, like he will have him on the bench. He will start with the team that he had prepared to start for this game without Balogun, and maybe hold that for maybe around about the 60th minute, which is usually the golden time for coaches to make a substitution. Like you say, he's banged in 3 goals, so he's a very valuable player for the United States of America. I mean, do you see it that way, or is it going to be a case of, hey, my player's available, let's use him from the beginning?
Well, I mean, I think if he is available, I think you use him because they want to win that game. Look, he'll get criticised whether he starts him or whether he brings him on. So I think that's pretty much equal. But I think this statement from Infantino probably enhances his Pochettino's view that he can actually involve Balogun. I mean, he's got Trump on his side, he's got Infantino on his side. He's probably got the majority of American fans on his side, but he hasn't got UEFA on his side. And, there will be talks about, will UEFA make a concerted political move against Infantino? But having just read his statement there, and I didn't know whether to laugh or cry reading it, he is absolutely up for the fight.
I know, it's crazy. I mean, he talks about FIFA's judicial bodies are independent. They operate autonomously, apply the FIFA disciplinary code, and also decide cases based on the applicable regulations. What it raised for me, Henry, was that what happened earlier in January and December, as far as the Africa Cup of Nations is concerned, what happened with Senegal, where now Morocco are being given the Cup of Nations trophy, although they haven't been given it 100%. It still, has to go to the courts in Switzerland. But for me, it almost raises that to say, how in 1 year can football be kicked in the sore places so many times, and the integrity of the sport really takes a knock, and everybody's saying a sad day in football today.
Well, it's a hugely sad day. And look, if you know the people at the Belgian Football Federation, it's the Royal Belgian Football Association. I mean, they don't get angry easily. Maybe if a supply of chocolates doesn't turn up on time, they might raise an eyebrow. But these are very phlegmatic individuals in Belgium, and they're completely right to be angry. I mean, judging by their statement, they're exploring almost legal options on this. And that is absolute nightmare for sport. We see it too often in the Premier League with clubs having disputes and then bringing the lawyers in. It costs hundreds of millions of pounds a year, which is actually money that could be invested in cheaper ticket prices, in developing younger players and coaches. And it's just an absolute waste of money. Great for the lawyers, of course. And I can see football going down this road, but on a national level, with national associations. Look, England last night lost Joel Konsa quite rightly to a red card. I don't think anyone on a sporting ground would dispute that. But now, are England going to go get Harry Kane to ring up Donald Trump and say, oh, can you get Joel Konsa off because we got a right-back problem?
Yeah, it's not going to happen, though. I think something like a Peace Prize a couple of months back might have set the tone here, Henry, as far as what is happening with football and the fact that it's really being sold to the highest bidder.
Oh, totally. I mean, I think that horse has bolted, but I think it's down to sort of people like you and the good people of South Africa and England fans, English fans, to actually take a stand. And I think it was very encouraging to see UEFA come out with that this morning. And if they're trying to undermine, I'm sorry, I'm at an airport, so if it's a bit noisy, and actually say to Infantino, listen, you have to do better for the integrity of the sport. But he's the one saying, I'm actually the Caped Crusader. I'm the one who is defending the integrity of the sport. So we are on for a collision course. And sadly, in the middle of this World Cup, which is United Nations, we might have a civil war.
Sure. I mean, those are very strong words, but very apt words coming through from you, Henry, because now, regardless of what people think of Joseph S. Blatter, he also came out with his own tweet. I think it was this morning, saying that red cards are not overturned by political phone calls. They are overturned by rules, evidence, and independent bodies. And if the United States president intervenes with the FIFA president and a player is suddenly cleared before a World Cup knockout match, the question is unavoidable. Quo vadis FIFA? He says football must never become a playground for political power. What did you make of his statement?
Well, I mean, you realise that Infantino's in serious trouble when Sepp Blatter's taking the moral high ground. I mean, we saw what he was like at FIFA. So, look, I just hope that Infantino, who's got some good people around him, I know some of them, they used to work in English football, and I hope that sanity prevails. But judging by the tenor and the substance of that statement, he's absolutely up for the fight. And look, I don't throw around, you know me, I don't throw around phrases like risking of a civil war within the game between UEFA and FIFA. And remember, UEFA are part, the members are part, 52 members are part of FIFA. It is risking a civil war.
Sure, that is crazy, man. Maybe let's close it off on a positive. I mean, I'm going to take lots of reaction throughout the entire show on this. I see voice notes already coming through. But maybe as a final one, how far do you think this England team can go?
Oh, you want me to say it's coming home?
No.
Look, I mean, I can remember we're in England, we're in South Africa. They turned up with a very good coach. They turned up with the golden generation, or the remnants of, with some exceptional players. And they pretty much stank the place out and disappeared in Bloemfontein. So I'm wary of predictions, but what you can say is that England have two truly world-class players who are in the top 10 of players in this tournament. In Jude Bellingham, who's a force of nature. He can be Brian Robson. He can be Paul Ince defensively. He can be Steven Gerrard or Frank Lampard. He's 3 or 4 players in one, and all of them world-class. And Harry Kane is a supreme finisher, leads by example, that work ethic. So with those two setting the tone, England can progress round to round. But it's Norway next. It's Erling Haaland. It's Martin Odegaard. It's going to be a Premier League tear-up. And then if England get through that, it could well be Argentina and a certain Lionel Messi in the semi-final. So you don't think too far ahead with England. But the way they played last night, the defiance late on, Dan Burn doing those sort of headers, Jordan Pickford punching everything away, they've absolutely got a chance.
I had a conversation with Michael Owen on Friday. He feels that France will be the world champions.
Yeah, look, Michael, I mean, I used to ghost Michael's column, and I learned so much just talking to Michael. I mean, he speaks so much sense, and you're absolutely right to get his views. I mean, I would say that probably the French second team will get to the quarterfinals, probably the semi-finals as well. You could have an all-France final. That would be something. I mean, look, they've got such strength in depth. I mean, you look at a player like Elise. I mean, whether he starts on the right or goes central, his partnership with Mbappe as well. And you look at Mbappe's mood as well. And the way they stood up to the sort of Paraguayan bullying at times, I just thought was immense.
Sure. Yeah, there was a certain Terry Payne, Henry, who was part of the 1966 team that won the World Cup for England. He is in South Africa, as you know, Southampton, great. And one thing that he always says is that he would love to live to a day and a year where England get to lift it again, so that people don't keep saying those sacred words of it's coming home, and it never comes home.
Yeah, and if the great Terry Payne was playing today, he would be worth probably £100 million. A wonderful player, very photogenic. I'm sure the sort of the sponsorship would absolutely flood towards him. Yeah, an absolute great man. And look, he is right. It would be nice if the years of hurt ended, but England are up against some really strong teams out here.
Safe travels, Henry. Hopefully we're going to be chatting pretty soon. Football writer, broadcaster live from Mexico. Safe journey. All right, that's Henry Winter. As I said, he is at the airport. They're having moved away from that game that was played in the wee hours. My goodness. England, making it through. I see a couple of you also wanting to comment about this whole shenanigans involving FIFA, the President of the United States of America, and obviously a weekend that you really don't want this to happen. But yeah, I mean, you'll hear he's very brash, Donald Trump, the way that he speaks as if he probably owns football. Maybe he doesn't even respect the sport, who knows? But hey, if you haven't heard, Shield is now Rexona. A brand that you've trusted for years is stepping forward with a bold new name. It's pronounced Rexona. Simple, strong, and easy to remember. Now, this new name comes with a fresh new look and also advanced body heat technology, so it gets to work every time you move, keeping you feeling confident all day. A proud partner of Bafana Bafana as well as Banyana Banyana. Rexona, it won't let you down. Well, that was the World Cup update. Right to on hashtag MSW, powered by Rexona. It won't let you down.
Hashtag MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live at the same time. Hashtag MSW.
When there's tough to be done, you keep moving. Driving through dirt roads, back roads, and roads less traveled, with just your thoughts to keep you company. And along that journey, you'll have a silent partner. One that gets you to work, to the rescue, to your son's big rugby game, without a complaint or a hesitation. Because when there's tough to be done, there's the new generation Hilux.
Do you want to enjoy betting while still keeping a healthy balance in your life? Lotto Star's responsible betting program is here to help. You can take a step back with tools like our cooling off period or self-exclusion options. If you need support, reach out today at lottostar.co.za, your world of live games. Lotto Stars licensed by the Mpumalanga Economic Regulator. No under 18. NRGP 0800 006 008. Winners know when to stop. T's and C's apply. All games are fixed odds betting events.
Do you know what our problem is?
We have a problem?
You're a little clingy.
Clingy?
Every time I start getting somewhere, you want me.
But I need you.
You can't have all of me. I need a little room to grow.
So what are you saying?
Put me in a Nedbank 32-day notice account. Give me some time. I'll come back better. Open a Nedbank 32-day notice account in under 2 minutes and bank your money this July savings month. Go to nedbank.co.za. See money differently. Nedbank. We're a licensed FSP and registered credit provider. T's and C's apply.
Winter has entered the chat, and honestly, nobody wants that. Cold tiles, foggy windows, that one room nobody wants to sit in, and a dog who is pretty sure this is somehow your fault. Luckily, Chamberlain's winter savings are here from 18 June to 12 July. Warm up your home with great deals on heaters, firewood, anthracite, geyser blankets, insulation, paint, and more. Plus, stock up on Jock dog food for only 398 Rand. Because they might not like winter, but they'll love that. Chamberlain. Famous for hardware since 1903.
I'm Zola Nene, working with Ladies of Love to nourish small children who need our helping hands. Join us at Ladies of Love's Mandela Day hands-on events at DHL Stadium on 17 July or Johannesburg Expo Centre on 22nd July and spend 67 minutes hand-making items to grow our future leaders. Tickets are 300 Rand and this gives a child healthy meals for a month. Be a hands-on hero. Visit ladiesoflove.org.za for tickets today.
Yes! It's DecoFern's birthday sale. So, with 15 to 40% off and more, then technically, this $12.99 Josie dining chair is $17.19 for free. Free!
Honey, that's not how maths works.
It's birthday maths. Celebrate our birthday in-store or at decofurnsa.co.za with 15 to 40% and more off absolutely everything. DecoFern birthday maths. Don't question it, just save. T's and C's apply.
You're locked into Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Michael Owen, he's got Scholes with him, but it's still Owen. Oh, what a goal!
I'll just say the legendary Michael Owen, good to see you. Welcome. I saw Harry Kane do what he did just the other day against DR Congo.
Harry Kane! It's Kane! Oh, wow!
And does that propel now England into dreaming it up and saying, guys, we're tired of this 1966 thing?
Listen, this is a World Cup. It's never going to be easy. Can we win it? Yes, we can. Do I think we will win it? No. I think when I watched France the other day, they're light years ahead of anything in the competition that I've seen. I can't see anybody touching them. The best team doesn't always win a World Cup. If you're asking me to say, will they win it? I would say no. I would say my heart says yes, but my head says no. And the best team I've seen so far is France by a million miles.
We'll stand together. Robert Marawa. This is the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Not your ordinary Monday. It's Reaction Monday. Hashtag MSW.
Hi, Mr. Marawa and the team. My Monday reaction is with regard to the circus that is currently taking place in the US between the FIFA president and the US president, where it was reported that the FIFA president was influenced by the US president to reverse or to erase the red card that was given to the US striker. If you take the Tembazane red card, you will analyze that FIFA does formulate rules and regulations, but those rules and regulations are often implemented selectively, depending on who is the perpetrator and also who is the victim. You also take a leaf on the Tewo Mokoena saga. FIFA infringed its own rules because Lesotho didn't lodge a complaint, but still FIFA deducted 3 points from Bafana Bafana. So it seems in my view that FIFA does formulate rules or does implement rules, but those rules are implemented selectively depending on who is the perpetrator or who is the victim. And lastly, I don't think that FIFA does have a board of directors in terms of corporate governance, because if FIFA had a board of directors or corporate governance, I don't think that its president could be influenced to reverse or to erase a red card of a player, which in my view is an operational issue. David in Parkwood.
Similarities, FIFA, CAF, what happened earlier this year, I repeat. It's quite sad. And I'm glad a lot of you are giving us your reaction to it. I look forward to hearing from you about this, about Donald Trump, the interference, saying that it's highly, highly unacceptable.
Good evening, Robert. MSW, the greatest sports show in the world. What a weekend of sport, I must say. Speaking to Jody here, Rudderpoort, cricket, tennis, Osaka. Oh my word, what a game she played. The soccer, oh my goodness. I tried to stay up, but yes, I couldn't. Body's taking some strain, Robert. Staying up late, but yeah, watching the highlights of those games is amazing. And then to top it off, Donald Trump, oh my goodness, interfering into football now. It's totally unacceptable. But thanks for the awesome show, Robert. Cheers.
Cheers, man. Hey, giving us lots of life. You had a great weekend, clearly.
Good evening to MSW shareholders. Oh Lord, guys, is Donald Trump the new FIFA president? Is Donald Trump the new FIFA president, guys? Looks like it, ne? Balugan will be playing against Belgium after receiving a red card. Donald called Infantino, and lo, he will be playing against Belgium. As for Erling Haaland, guys, he's the best striker. He is the best striker. Brazil is out of the World Cup. Brazil is out of the World Cup, guys. Hey, le bola.
All right, lots of your reaction coming through. Do send us your WhatsApp voice notes. Call us through if that is a preferred option for you. All right, talking about Donald Trump, this is what he had to say to reporters.
So I saw the play, and I'm a person that loves sports and was a good athlete, and I understand sports really well. And that wasn't a foul. That wasn't even an infraction. That was two guys running full speed that happened to crash into each other. You can't take your foot and properly place it on somebody else's foot when you're going, no, these were two great athletes that got tangled up. And this referee, who is a little bit suspect, if you check his past, I don't want to say that because I don't like to create controversy, but very suspect. If you'd like, I'll provide you with the past. He made a call that nobody could believe. You know, even people on the other side, they say, oh, we got lucky. Wow, and it's very interesting. They say they don't show them in slow motion. And I never realized that. I never heard of that before, that they're not allowed to review in slow motion because it's so different. Because you'll take one little quarter of a second and you'll see that a hand is touching a neck or you'll see something. Whereas when you see it in fast motion, it will look like two guys collided, which is really what happened. They got sort of entangled. He didn't do anything wrong, and he's our best player or one of our best players, a very vital player. And he gave him a red card. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't think it meant much. Then I started hearing that means he can't play in the next game, at least in the next game. I said, boy, that's a big, if it happened to another player, it would have been unfair. But when they take your best player, or just about, they have some great players, and they say you can't play, that's very unfair. That's, it's one thing to penalize somebody for the game, but how do you penalize them for a game that hasn't been played yet? It's very unfair. You can't do that. So, yes, I asked for a review by FIFA, I spoke to a man who's highly respected, and by the way, whose level of respect has gone up tenfold.
That's your President of the United States of America, Donald Trump, saying that he knows sport very well. He knows sport very, very well. He doesn't say he knows soccer very well. He just says he knows sport very, very well. But in the same breath of you knowing sport very, very well, you say that there was a red card that was given. And then you say you didn't know what it meant, or it didn't mean much. So you contradict upon contradiction upon contradiction. But then we know that's the man. That's what he's been known to do and say, even in different spheres of life. And he says it's very unfair. These are two players that just crashed into each other. The referee is suspect. So he's already throwing doubt at the integrity of somebody who is a referee. Now, how is that even fair? How is that even fair? And the fact that you got the audacity to say you spoke to somebody high up in FIFA, somebody who's highly respected and whose respectability has now shot up gazillionfold. Hey, President of the United States of America interfering in football. That's your July 6, 2026. You know what happened in July last year on the same date. So here's something very explosive again happening on the 6th of July. Ephraim and Alex, good evening.
Rob, money is damaging our sport. Money is the one that makes people to have power unless others who don't have money. This is so unacceptable from the President of America to do what he's doing. First it was Iran treatment. Now is this red card are revoked in a back door. This is not acceptable, Darobs. I'm very hurt as a South African, as an African. This is not acceptable. I think Kev can write a letter after the World Cup to say, FIFA, you must have a fair play for each and every country. Don't be controlled by any other politicians or country. Darobs, I'm very hurt. Thank you very much.
Ephraim, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much indeed. I think the entire football world is hurt by this. If you enjoy the beautiful game, this is not it.
Good evening, Rob, and also to our shareholders. What a sad day for football. I think we are slowly losing this thing called football, soccer. This thing of Donald Trump, it's something else. I think this thing of having politics in football, it's killing our football. We can even see here in South Africa, but let me not talk about SAFA now. The opening game of the World Cup, Mshishi got a red card. A few days later, we were told that he will be suspended for 3 games. The American player gets a red card. Donald Trump calls the FIFA office. They overturns the red card. How on earth do you do something like that? Since when? Rob, bye-bye, Modise from Mhlageng.
Yeah, Modise, I would also lose my energy for you. I think, we just had to have the power and the energy to come on air and ventilate all of these issues that are happening in world football. It's a global game, and it's been there. You have now, these water breaks, so you've turned football. You want to have halftime, entertainment, and the final, a whole spectacle. I mean, I can only speculate about what else might happen to the game. All right, well, I'm not saying stop sending the voice notes. Please do. It is Reaction Monday, but I want to quickly catch up on something in case you've missed it. So, as you know, right about this time, we bring you all the major talking points. But the countdown has already begun for South African football's biggest night of celebration. Well, it used to be the biggest night, where people, swap boots for their tuxedos before the envelopes are opened. Also, debates are already raging who truly deserves to be crowned footballer of the season. I mean, has consistency beaten brilliance? And which coach masterminded the campaign of the year? Which young sensation is ready to take South African football into a new era? So the 2026 PSL Awards nominees have been revealed. Orlando Pirates, Sundowns, Kaizer Chiefs dominate in the biggest categories, but do the numbers back up the nominations? I mean, who does the data say should be walking away with the top honors on the 27th of July? And I say it's a night of glitz and glamour, but we've been having it virtually for the past couple of years. I'm sure maybe things have changed. I don't know. Opta Jabu is on the line, sports data analyst. Good evening and welcome to the show.
Good evening, Rob. Good evening to you and everyone in studio and the listeners as well.
Have you got your invite? Is it virtual this year or is it back now to a black tie event?
Rob, we can only wait and hope and see. Hopefully it's back to in person. It's been a while since people swapped their boots for tuxedos, as you say.
Yeah, gee whiz. I'll leave that one. I have a lot to say about it, but I'll pause it for today. I'm excited when I see who's been nominated and just looking purely at the numbers. I mean, who deserves to be the PSL Footballer of the Season? Award winner between Ozuna Paulus, Rele Mofokeng, and Tebo Mokoena.
Wow, Rob, it's been a great season. Firstly, I mean, Pirates winning the league, first time in 14 years. So that alone is the narrative of the season, and I believe that it's been 8 years Sundowns winning. The person that led that change deserves to be recognized. Rele Mofokeng, for me, is the player of the season and Footballer of the Year, based on the numbers and also based on the impact that he's had on the field.
And the numbers obviously favor him in every which way that you look at. I mean, which stats, though, separate the three nominees if you had to fully look at it? I mean, who's been the most influential player over the course of the season?
So, I mean, fortunately, all the nominees were midfielders, you could say. But then there's a case to say that Mofokeng and Apolis, for example, they're not midfielders in the traditional sense. They are more attacking midfielders. They are wide attackers. They are central attacking midfielders and so forth. So it's hard to compare them, especially with Mokoena, who is more of a deep-lying midfielder. The numbers then, you're looking at different metrics and it's hard to compare. You're comparing apples and oranges in a sense. But then the key metrics that we've used in seasons past, these have been influential before. They've been influential in England, for example. I see you're talking to Henry Winter. The Footballer of the Year in England is the one who created the most chances this year. That's one example. And when you look locally, then that award goes to Mofokeng. 91 chances created for his teammates. That's more than any other player has done in the league. And it's a new record overall in the PSL post-COVID.
Sure. I mean, 77, if I remember correctly, was the post-COVID record.
Yeah, 77 was the post-COVID record. Fanele Barnes, if you remember, he had a good season like 2 seasons ago. Blew everyone's minds away. But then Mofokeng has not just gone past that. He's obliterated it by at least 14 more chances that he's created. And when you consider that his first half of the season wasn't that strong, then it really makes more of a case in that he made the difference in the second half of the season because Sundowns were also on top of the league for a very long time.
Sure. But also just the age thing. Second youngest player, if I'm not mistaken, 21 plus to reach these double figures, for Pirates since the late Leslie Manyatela did that with 20 plus goals.
Indeed. So 10 goals, 8 assists is the most of any player in the league. That's 18 goal involvements as well. And then when you look at just the goals, at 21 years old, Mofokeng is the youngest Orlando Pirates player to score double figures for goals since Leslie Manyatela in 2001. So that's the level of impact that he's had. Of course, he's left now. He's moved to Belgium. But then these stats will remain as comparable to the best players that we've seen in the league in years past.
I mean, Pirates have got multiple nominees across several categories as well. I mean, does the data suggest that they were the standout team individually as well, even if team trophies, kind of tell a different story?
Yeah, so many Pirates players nominated across different categories, from goalkeepers to defenders, midfielders as well. I mean, we're looking at Ozuna Paulus as well. He was second. We talked about chances created. He was second in that table for chances created. That's 59 chances he's created for his teammates. So Pirates as an attacking force were irrepressible. I think that's the word. They created so many chances. The person who said the top 5 of chances created this season, 4 of them came from Orlando Pirates. So they were creating chances left, right, and center. And because they didn't have strikers, or they were actually depending on the same players to score goals, then you see that they don't have a top goal scorer who's got 15 or 20 goals or so. But then across the team, they've been very representative. And Apolis with 59 chances created, 13 big chances created. Now, a big chance is when you basically lay it on a plate for your teammates and they are supposed to score. and that also makes him second in the league. So attacking-wise, Pirates very strong, and across other categories as well, I think, which we'll cover shortly.
All right, absolutely. Up to go to the kitchen, grab yourself a glass of water. We'll come back. You know how it is, hydration break. So I give you a hydration break, and we come back from the break. We continue our conversation with Opta Jabu as he breaks down the nominees, gives us the numbers, why the stats matter, and most importantly, all of your reaction. Plenty of voice notes to go through.
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live at the same time. #MSW.
When there's tough to be done, you keep moving. Driving through dirt roads, back roads, and roads less traveled, with just your thoughts to keep you company. And along that journey, you'll have a silent partner. One that gets you to work, to the rescue, to your son's big rugby game, without a complaint or a hesitation. Because when there's tough to be done, there's the new generation Hilux.
If you're a fan of the beautiful game, you'll recognize this. And this. But what about this? It's your chance to score big time. Win your share of up to 2 million rand with Standard Bank. It's game day every day. To enter, open and use any qualifying Standard Bank account, in-app or in branch. Already a Standard Bank customer? Sign up for Standard Bank Connect online to get a bonus entry. Standard Bank is an authorized FSP and registered credit provider. T's and C's apply.
Sporting Bet's Millionaires Cup is live, and your shot at up to 10 million rand is on the line. A pass, a tackle, a strike. Moments make the game. This one could make you. Take on a series of thrilling missions and climb your way to millionaire status with every stage of the tournament. Bet now at sportingbet.co.za. Could you be our next millionaire? Sporting Bet. Betting amplified. T's and C's apply. Sporting Bet is licensed by the Western Cape Gambling and Racing Board. No under 18s may gamble. WhatsApp help to 076 675 0710 or contact the SARGF toll-free counseling line on 0800 006 008. Winners know when to start.
Introducing KFC's first ever 10-piece bucket this Kentucky Tuesday.
Stop.
Get 10 pieces of original recipe chicken for only 129.
Stop it.
And save 44 rand. 44 rand? You can buy another whole meal with that.
Stop it, I like it.
Like it? Nah, you love it. Only this Tuesday, only at KFC. T's and C's apply.
Just Andalex it. Do you have a sore throat? Andalex C Oral Rinse and Spray provides targeted relief from 1 minute that lasts up to 4 hours. It reduces pain and inflammation while numbing the affected areas. It also kills viruses and bacteria that cause sore throats to help prevent serious throat infections. Andalex, South Africa's #1 choice for sore mouth and throats. For more information, speak to your healthcare professional. Just Andalex it.
Andalex, a proud sponsor of The Masked Singer Season 3.
Trying to make sense of the sense. In a sense, it doesn't always make sense. Spending feels tense, stretching every cent. Life's not making sense as you try to save some sense. So can someone please make it make sense? When every cent counts and spending feels tense, drive something that just makes sense. The Suzuki Fronx and Grand Vitara. Fuel efficient, reliable, and designed to go further on every tank. Book your test drive at suzukiauto.co.za. Suzuki makes sense.
You're locked into Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Michael Owen, he's got Scholes with him, but it's still Owen. Oh, what a goal!
I'll just say the legendary Michael Owen, good to see you. Welcome. Just a Ballon d'Or reflection from you would be what?
Well, when I won it at the time, it was great. I'm certainly not saying anything otherwise. It's more important to me now than it's ever been. When you're a player, you've got this strange attitude. Put it this way, if you've got an attitude of, oh yeah, I've just won something, let's celebrate, let's think it's fantastic, let's keep dreaming about it and keep looking at it and keep shining your trophy and keep living in the past, you will never win it again. You'll never probably score a goal again. You can never ever look back. You get greedy, you get arrogant, you get possessive, you get all of these things, and it's all about what's coming ahead. What you did a year ago or 2 years ago, it's irrelevant when you're in your career. You have to be always looking forward, winning the next Ballon d'Or.
Robert Marawa. This is the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Not your ordinary Monday. It's Reaction Monday. #MSW.
Good evening, Mr. Madluput. Yeah, man. I just want to touch on our game of Springbok. Yeah, the game was fantastic, man. Very fantastic, man. We did enjoy ourselves there. Actually, I'm one of the ticket winners. Thank you very much for the tickets. Yeah, the mentality of our boys, man, it's very, 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 very good. Yeah, just hope we can do better until next year when we play our World Cup, man. Thank you very much. Thank you for the tickets.
Oh, absolute pleasure. The idea is to go and enjoy we did. I got worried at some point, but you know what? 45-21. That's the return. Well done, Springboks.
Good evening, Mr. Marawa. Ukhuluma noSibongile Nomkhwani kaMgaya Matafeni. Mr. Marawa, I was very disappointed yesterday to see Brazil being knocked out by Norway. I was having that belief that maybe they will go a long way in this year's World Cup. When you look at their team, you could believe that they were one of the best teams in this year World Cup, but when it comes to performance, it's an opposite. And I was quite shocked to see like someone like Rafinha to be kept on the bench in a crucial match like the one Yaizolo. But I think it depends on what the coach wants on the day. And also congratulations to England for beating Mexico. It wasn't easy, but yeah, Jude Bellingham, what a performance yesterday. Thank you, Mr. Marawa. Good choice.
He's in a league of his own. Marawa Sports Worldwide.
And it goes through to the boundary.
This is where sport breaks, bends, and gets told straight.
All of us there have our smallanyana skeletons.
#MSW on 947, Boomer FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live.
Right, we continue our conversation with Opta Jabu as we chat all thing the analysis of the PSL Awards of the season 2025-26. And I was about to head off to something that I'm sure all of you are looking forward to. I think the Players' Play of the season kind of writes itself off, or does it, Opta? Is that something we just leave to the players, or do we give it further analysis?
I think that's something we leave to the players. You see, even with the nominees that have been announced, a lot of people were surprised, let's say, by Sibele being there. But then this is from the players who played against them and the president. So that one is a bit out of the stats question, if I may say.
Okay, fair enough. But the one that always causes a lot of debate is the coaching nominees. I think Miguel Cardoso's there, Cedric Kaze with Khalil Ben Yusuf, and Abdeslam Wadu. I mean, whose tactical impact stands out statistically?
So again, yes.
All right, I think Opta's extended his hydration break. We'll give him a couple of seconds and let's see if we do reconnect with them. Opta, you still there?
Rob, I'm here. Are you there?
Yes. Loud and clear now. You're about to break down what's happening with the coaches.
Yes, with the coaches, always a common debate, who should win coach of the season. There is now a common theme that says whoever wins the league should win coach of the season. But personally, we disagree with that. In most cases, the coach that wins the league will be the coach of the season, but then not all the time. It depends on resources, depends on what a coach comes in, what does he do, and so forth. But with the three nominees that we have here, firstly, we have Abdeslam Owadu at Orlando Pirates, who won the league, obviously. The first coach in PSL history to lose his first two games and still go on to win the title. So never before had a team lost their first two games and finished above third. So the highest the team had finished after losing two games, or a coach had finished after losing the first two games of the season, was third. Owadu has gone beyond that. He's gone beyond second and become the first coach to win the league, having started so badly. Added to that, Pirates had so many points, more points than any other team, obviously. That's why they won the league. And with the points, because they won it on the last day, it actually looks quite close. But when you look at expected points, which we usually talk about here, an extrapolation of expected goals and expected goals against, they were way above Sundowns. 67 expected points for Pirates. That's what their performances deserved to deliver, was 67 points. Whereas for Sundowns, it was 56 points. So an 11-point gap in terms of the underlying numbers, if you may say. There was a big gap there, even though in person with the real points, it looks quite close. So he coached an amazing season, often coaching 2-0 and 3-0. Pirates broke records for shots taken by a team. The first team seems to have data available to take more than 500 shots in a season. The previous record was 450, and they're the first to go more than 500. So a very attacking team, and personally we believe well-deserved coach of the season would be Owadu in this instance.
All right, dare we touch the goalkeeper of the season, Sipho Chain, Brandon Peterson, and then Ricardo Goss?
Those are the three nominees as well. The first point of call usually is clean sheet, which of course we've said before, they don't tell the full story. A clean sheet is a collective effort. A clean sheet says the defense played well. Even defenders should be credited with clean sheets. In fact, even strikers should be credited with clean sheets. But then in this case, the nominees we have Sipho China, way above everyone for clean sheets, setting a new record actually in the PSL era for a goalkeeper to have clean sheets in a season with 21. The previous record was 18. So again, like his teammate Mofokeng, he's shattered that record by 3 clean sheets. It's going to take a monumental effort ever to equal that or break it in the future. Peterson with 15 and Ricardo goes with 14, just behind him as well. But then, most importantly, games of clean sheets compared to games, Chain had a 70% clean sheet rate, so 21 in 30. Peterson injured for a bit in the season, down 63% clean sheet rate. And then Ricardo got 48%. He's one of the lower percentage in terms of clean sheet rates as well. So that's looking at clean sheets. But then you can twist that around, look at goals considered, Chain at fewest goals considered. Even if you make it on a per 90 basis, Chain has 0.4 goals considered per 90 minutes. So less than half a goal considered every game. That's a significant record. Peterson 0.54, just above. And then Goss, again, way below on 0.9, at least twice as many as Chain. He's down there. So then we look at saves, which can give us a better picture as well of how keepers do. But then in this instance, saves then put Ricardo Goss above everyone else. 77 saves for Goss. He's second overall in the league, but then among the nominees, he's first. At least 30 above Peterson, who had 47 saves, and then Chain had 40 saves. But what's most important with saves is you get an opportunity to make saves. Not every goalkeeper has the same chance to make saves. A keeper like Goss would play for a weaker defense, so to speak, and then they would concede more shots, so he'd get more opportunities to save. So that alone may be a misleading stat. So that's why we skipped into the next one. Sorry for the math lecture. We skip to the next one, which is save percentage. And then we look at now, what is the ratio of the shots that you face do you actually save? Peterson, top of that one, 78%. Chain is just below him, 77%. So not much to separate the two. And then Goss third among the nominees on 75%. The average around this stat is usually about 80%. Ronan Williams is always here, about 81%. But then these are the three rankings for the nominees this time. Peterson with the best save percentage. Chain is just behind him in second. And then Goss in third. So when you then put all these stats together, then you ask yourself, who should win goalkeeper of the season? Because of many metrics going in Chain's favor, we believe Chain should be the goalkeeper of the season, although others may believe otherwise.
Yeah. We'll break it down some more on another day, simply because of time, Opta. Thank you so much, man, for the education. It all makes sense. And a lot of questions left unanswered, I'm sure, from the public that are listening very, very closely. But up until the next time we chat, Opta Jabu, follow him on social media. He'll give you all the necessary stats and a whole lot more. Appreciate your time, Bub.
Cheers, Rob. Always a favor.
Thank you very much indeed. Hey, moving from that to...
Good evening, Rob, and good evening to the Mr. shareholders. Well, I think for me, I'm happy that this is happening, and the keyword being happy. because I say that because you look at this has been the pattern. The referee never got the visa, and FIFA said nothing. Iran was supposed to be hosted in America, and then they had to find a place in Mexico. They had to fly in each and every time they're gonna play a game. What did FIFA do? FIFA did nothing. And then also, before the tournament started, although it's really unfair on the player because I don't think he would have wanted that decision to be taken on his behalf or Cristiano, but a decision was taken that his red card was going to be suspended so that he could partake in the tournament. And you see, this has just been a pattern. And this is the combination of it all now. Because remember, systems are in place, but the checks and balances don't seem to be taking place. So now we're just seeing it now play out because this has just been a pattern. So they've gotten comfortable because they know that no, there's nothing that's going to be done to them. So all the rules and the checks and balances are there for nothing at the end of the day because they just know that with this World Cup, everything goes and we are seeing it go now. So like I'm saying that I'm just happy that it's now culminated to this because all the small things were built up to this big thing that now at the end that a red card can just be overturned because the president said so.
Evening, Mr. Marawa and the shareholders. Tarob, the way Mutsipe and Infantino are so obsessed with making money, the sport is going to lose its integrity. By the time they step down, the damage will be irreparable.
Good evening, Mr. Marawa. You know, it's very disappointing what's going on with FIFA. It's turned into I don't know what's going on, man. It's turned into like a clubhouse now. Like, how is it that Balogun has, like, why doesn't he have a red card anymore? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. I think there's some type of bias going on. And by the way, for my reaction Monday, I'm happy for Haaland. Wow, Haaland I really thought Haaland wouldn't be, like, I really didn't think Norway would be able to beat Brazil, the almighty Brazil, the 5-time World Cup champions. I really didn't believe that was possible. But then, yeah, that has happened. Now I can't wait for the quarterfinals. Haaland versus Kane.
That's going to be a biggie, man. Still talking about Infantino. He said as part of a statement that I regularly discuss matters related to the FIFA World Cup with the President of the United States. And on this matter, I did receive a call from President Donald Trump, just as I receive calls, from heads of states and governments and officials, football stakeholders and business executives from around the world on many different issues. During our conversation, I explained that there was an ongoing legal process involving FIFA's independent judicial bodies and that the case would be decided in due course by the competent bodies. This is how FIFA's system works. And he says it's a principle that I'll always uphold. I think, what a joke, man. Max Scott had this to say.
And this shouldn't surprise us. That shouldn't surprise us. We're talking about a man in Gianni Infantino who has done everything he can to kiss the ring of Donald Trump, right? And more. And I can't help but think that the football community, the wider football community, needs to just be honest with ourselves and say we need to do whatever we can to get this man out of the game. He's a disgrace to football. He's dirty in the beautiful game. Whether it's shafting fans and making it completely inaccessible because it's too expensive, whether it's selling official FIFA tickets through resale websites so he can line his own pockets, whether it's ruining the fabric of the game by introducing hydration breaks so his slimy sponsors can get more money.
Get more adverts, yeah.
Whether it's giving Donald Trump a peace prize. I mean, what an absolute joke. Or whether it's bowing down to political interference. It's an absolute disgrace to the sport, to our beautiful game, and he's an embarrassing little and I think he needs to get gone out of this sport. It's a disgrace.
Yeah, that's how the football world feels about it, and that's why we had to boop some of those words. That's emotion. I mean, football's an emotional sport, but it's also a sport that is governed by rules, regulations, laws of the game, etc., etc. And I think today we really saw that collapse right in front of our eyes. And whichever way and however way you feel, I think that Max Scott clip really summarized things beautifully for us. The rest of the WhatsApp voice notes, we'll play them in the early edition of the show tomorrow. We never leave you out. Trust me, as the shareholders. What a Monday, guys. Thank you so much. Truly enjoyed it from beginning to end. We'll catch up again tomorrow Marawa Sports Worldwide, proudly brought to you by Hollywood Bets.
The thrill, the drama, the action. Play the game again. Marawa Sports Worldwide on 947, Vuma FM and Rise FM. Powered by Hollywood Bets. #MSW. Live now on 947, Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live. At the same time. #MSW.